Do you remember Dark Wolf and Dark Bull? The Fist is a balance-type Beyblade that appears in the Metal Fusion series. The second one is more iconic and probably the only one of the two you actually remember. Dark Bull is also a balance-type Beyblade, but released as Booster in 2009 in Japan. As you can see, the thing they both have in common is their fusion wheel, the Dark. We know this fusion wheel is used in other Beyblades too, but we chose these two for this video because of the clear difference in the rest of their parts. Let's start by breaking down the main parts of Dark Wolf. Downforce 145 has 4 upward-facing wings protruding from the top of the spin track, which aside from giving it extra weight, are meant to push air downwards. It is outclassed for use in stamina combinations from spin tracks such as AD 145 and 145. Flat Spike Performance Tip features a flat tip with a smaller and sharper spike tip in the center. As a result, when launched at a straight angle, the Beyblade spins on this spike tip with very little movement. However, when the Beyblade is tilted either from contact with an opposing Beyblade or from the launch, the performance tip moves in an offensive pattern. Overall, we can say that Dark Wolf, despite being labeled as a balance type, offers more solid stamina performances thanks to its parts. Unlike Dark Wolf, Dark Bull seems to have a strong attack type setup. Exactly Horn 145 has 2 wings with 2 various protrusions that are meant to provide smash attacks. Thanks to these 4 horns, you can score many impressive KOs in the first few seconds of a battle, but at the same time its recoil does work against you in some battles, causing a self-KO or a severe loss of stamina. Its performance tip doesn't really match up with that quality. Now, let's get to what they do have in common. The Dark Fusion Wheel, Dark, has 12 spikes facing the clockwise direction. These protrusions are closely packed together with minimal space between each, resulting in an overall round shape. The perimeter is interrupted too frequently to give the base sufficient stamina, and its lightweight doesn't really provide solid defense. So there is no reason to use Dark in any combination. As we can see, the stock combos of these 2 Beyblades don't look particularly strong. Let's run a battle test to see which one performs better. Let it rip! Both of these matches were basically carbon copies of each other. Dark Bull easily managed to destabilize Wolf both times, drastically cutting down its stamina. The SD tip definitely performs better with this fusion wheel. Dark Bull looks way better than Wolf. Even though Wolf has a decent stamina combo, its fusion wheel just doesn't give it what it needs to really use that strength. On the other side, Bull can land some solid hits and hold its ground pretty well. Either way, both of these forgotten Beyblades deserve a proper final evolution, something that lets them perform decently and really show off their best traits. Let's start by evolving the Dark Wolf. First of all, we had to upgrade the Dark. Since this Bey leans toward stamina, we went with the strongest fusion wheel in that category, Hasbro's Scythe. Then we replaced the previous spin track with Tornado 125. We made this choice mainly to stick with the downforce 145 pattern and also to give the Bey better grip on the stadium. For the performance tip, we went with the classic wide defense. It's definitely still one of the best choices when you're looking for both stamina and defense, if not the best. Now let's check out how we upgraded the iconic Dark Bull. To match the iconic Horn 145 spin track, we had to go with an attack type fusion wheel heavy enough to carry the Bull name with pride. For this task, we went with the Wing. Its multiple contact points can deliver monstrous hits, and its heavy weight gives it some decent defensive qualities too. Finally, we swapped the SD performance tip for the right rubber flat, the most aggressive attack tip out there. These are the final results. No doubt when it comes to looks, the new Wing Bull takes the win. The bluish chrome blends perfectly with the orange energy ring. But now let's see how they do in battle. Let it rip! The Wing Bull's one-hit KO strategy totally fell flat. The height difference between the 2 Beyblades played a huge role in both matches. Bull couldn't land any solid low blows, and it burned through its stamina way too fast. At this rate, Bull's never gonna beat Volf. The right rubber flat just doesn't have enough stamina to land multiple heavy hits in a row, and one shot alone isn't enough to shake up Scythe. So we're going all in and swapping it out with the extreme flat. Let's see if it does the trick. Let it rip. For the first time on this channel, we've seen a Beyblade actually knock another one clean out of this arena. First point goes to Wing Bull. The other two battles didn't go as we'd hoped. Scythe Wolf's defenses held strong and none of Bull's attacks hit as hard as that first one. Still, switching to the extreme flat was definitely a solid move. Even with the much better performance, Bull still can't overpower Wolf. Only once did it manage to land an insanely strong hit that launched the opponent out of the closed stadium. No doubt the Beyblade stepping up to face our three titans is Scythe Wolf. We've got high hopes, but let's see how it does with just one shot. Pegasus doesn't stand a chance. Wolf comes out of this battle completely unscathed. Up against Twisted Tempo, things get tough. This brutal stamina battle ends in an honorable draw. Twisted Tempo looked like it was on the ropes, but the constant contact with Wolf really threw off our Beyblade's balance. Spin stealing seemed to have taken over, but in the final moments of the battle, a quick hit from Wolf knocks out El Drago. Scythe Wolf held its own against these titans. The draw with Twisted Tempo still stings though. We had a real shot at the win. Just one more low hit at the end and the battle could have gone our way. Shout out to our Wing Bull too. Being a tall attack type, this stadium definitely didn't do it any favors. It probably would have performed way better in the classic metal Beyblade arena. Did you guys like these two evolutions we came up with? What would you have done differently? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our content. Let it rip!